If you have any questions, please join my Discord server, Pump United, as we have a lot of cool members who talk about the game, UCS's discussion, and more. So yeah. Hey guys, CoolSos here. Today I want to make a video on how you can make your own UCSs in StepPXX. Now, I'm pretty sure you probably already know this, but what is a UCS? A UCS is a user step chart, which pretty much means it's not official by Andromino, and it's not like actually in the games. There are two types of UCSs. One where you can directly make a guess difficulty on an existing Andromino chart, or you can make a completely fresh UCS using custom songs, graphics, and whatever you like. This video is going to be more about how you can make both, but yeah. Alright, let me show you how. Alright, let's get back to the main menu. Press F1, then press escape, and now we're back to the boot screen. Now, you want to go to the step editor, and now this is all the groups. These are all the songs. These are all the song folders that you have. I don't know how you guys downloaded your songs, but this is how mine look like. You have, well, the numbers basically standing for the version of the game, and then you have some extra folders being like UCS folders that I've installed. What song do I want to do? Let's do Wedding Crash. It's one of my favorites. Okay, so you can use the arrow keys here. Step type. You can change this to whatever you want. I would recommend doing basically single and then double. These are pretty niche, like single pro, half double, and double pro, because those are for different versions of Pump, like Pump It Up Pro, but no one really uses them. It's mainly single and double. For me, I'm going to use a single. Now for the steps, yeah, that's fine. And we're going to make it also single. Just make these two the same. Blank, yeah. You're making basically a new one from scratch. Usually there's ones where it has like different difficulties, default like names, but this one doesn't, which is a little weird. When I make the UCS, like when I make my own UCS, I'll show you what I mean. Description, I don't really think you need to have one, but if you want, just put yourself. Sure, I'll just put my name in there. And yeah, boom, that's literally how you can start making a UCS for any official Andromino chart. But what you're probably here for is how you can make your own custom songs in this game. So for example, I made my first one yesterday, and I was like, hey, I think I'm pretty confident in how I can explain this. So yeah, let's just quickly talk about it. There are three main components that are required to make a UCS. You need the audio, like what song you want to do. You want the background and a banner. All three aren't too hard to make, in my opinion, as long as you have like a little bit of general, yeah, okay. So, let's start. Okay, so before we start, make sure to go to this description where I put a download of the template already made, so it's a lot easier to follow through. Or if you want, you can just make it completely fresh with me as I go through the steps. We're going to make a new folder for this example, so let's just call it Pump Video, alright? This is pretty much, well, this folder you made here, the Pump Video, this will be a series. Like, if you go to the Pump songs and go to series, you're going to see all of your, this is basically the foundation of like where you can find all of your charts. Like your hub, your base. And this is basically whatever's in info will be your logo. So I have this random image of HBox, so let's just use him, okay? This is a kind of a scuffed example because you want something that is good resolution. I'm also gonna be safe. I'm just gonna name the file after what the folder is named. So yeah, this is pretty much your banner. No, not your banner. This is basically the image that you're gonna see whenever you find your charts. So now that we made the song folder, let's make a folder. You want to get like the structure of like how you want to like format your songs, because if you go to like Infinity, it has like IN for Infinity, stuff like that. If you go to other UCS creators, they have like, well, whatever acronym or letters. We'll just call it like PV. I think like any 2 or 3 letters is fine. You want to have the number basically meaning like, oh, how many maps have I made? So if this is like the 12th map I made, it would be like 12. But since for this example, this is a new, selection of songs, we're just going to call it 1. It doesn't really matter what you put afterwards. You can put like a dash, however you really want to like format it. I'm just gonna do dash to play safe, and this is where you want to put the song title, which for me, I'm doing a song called Ending. By the way, I want you to go to the description. I want you to download a template because that template is gonna have a completely fresh SSC file, which is pretty much like it has like all of the info regarding like the song and all of like the complicated like coding and stuff like that. So yeah, let's copy the SSC file. This pretty much has all of the metadata and stuff like that I didn't want. What I structured the song file as. All right, now we look at the notepad, and I want you to do Control F on your keyboard. Type in fill, and when you press enter, it will show you all of the text that has fill. Go figure. Now you can do this in the editor as well. I'm not really experienced in making UCSs, but for now I think it's easier to just put everything in here for the sake of simplicity. So yeah, just go through, put in all of the data. Well, this is pretty straightforward, but obviously the title is the song name, artist is the artist who made the song. Hearts is a little different. You want to make sure 1 heart is for a shortcut song, 2 hearts is for a normal song, and 4 hearts is for a full song. Shortcuts are usually around a minute. 2 hearts being like the default would be like around like a 2-minute song, and a full song would be like 3 to 4 minutes. My song is around 2 minutes, so we're gonna do 2 hearts. The category. Now the category, it corresponds to the series in Pump It Up. Yeah, so basically, genre represents like what what song folder is in. It could be K-pop, original, world music, J music, X Cross, which is other licensed songs. Whatever you think fits. It could also be like UCS as well, I think. Yeah, you could just put it in there if you're not sure. It's not the biggest deal. Since here's the actual song. It's from, well, I found a song from Osu, and I'm like, the song's not. My throat got clogged. Yeah, my game comes from some like random indie Japanese game, so this would pretty much be would this be J music? I'm pretty sure this would be considered either world music or J music, but since it came from Japan, I will just call it J music. Actually, I'm not really sure what the acronym is. Let me just if you ever get lost, you could always just look at like what other people did and just kind of use that as a base if you ever get lost. So good people that have made UCSs would be Unhao and Winter XO. I'll leave their channels in the description in case if you want to download their own UCSs, because they do make really nice stuff. We're gonna put J music, banner, and background. Oh yeah, we have to make those. Okay, we have our we have our SSC file pretty much ready, aside for the banner, background, and the song file. For me, since my song was from Osu, I just directly ripped it from here. So here's my audio. I'm going to put it in here. It does not matter what the file name is, as long as the notepad file has the same consistency. Not the same, it has the same name. So what's it called here? The reason why I put .file extension is because you need to make sure that it corresponds to the extension. So my thing is called audio.mp3. Alright, we got already one of the things down. Nice. Now we need to make the banner. The banner basically means like if you go in game, the bottom, like the song selection, like down in the, it's like the small little like thumbnail, what it looks like. It's not what the video preview is. It's just a little still image. And we're going to export it as a PNG. Make sure it's small. So for example, so mine went from like 1 megabyte to like 372, which is like, well, if you can save space, then I would do it personally. So we now have our banner. Again, it doesn't matter what you name the file as long as you can make it the same in the file. I mean, the SSC file. Banner right here, banner.png. Now for the background. Now, this is the one thing I would say is a little bit more like, you might have to consider it. So, if you have, I would say, no matter what, having a video is better than having like a picture, because, you know, it represents the song in a lot, you know, it represents the song more. But if you can't find a video, that's fine. You can always use a PNG file for the background as bga.jpg, and then boom, it would still work. However, I wouldn't recommend this. If there's a video, you should always include a video, or just do the video method. Ahead of time, you want to make sure for your video that it is a lower res file, so make sure it's like 720p, and make sure the frame rate is at 30 fps. Obviously, it's gonna look different from your editor software, but for me, I'm just doing it ahead of time. So, because like if I render this is 169 megabytes, which obviously, if someone's downloading your UCS, that's like pretty big. You realize how big file sizes can be in this game, like a lot. Oh wait, it's only 12 gigabytes. Well, you know, BGAs take so much space. But again, that's what makes up the pump experience, so you kind of need them. So, for example, for this, they have their bitrate at like 4,000 kbps, which for Premiere, which is Mbps, is the conversion of 1,000. So for Premiere, we're just going to put like 4. Yeah. And then look, 70 megabytes. It went from like 169 to 70 megabytes, so that's saving like 100 megabytes for whoever installs this, your UCS. So yeah, I really recommend it. If you want to go even lower, 3.5, I think at that point is like the lowest I would go. Maybe 3. I think, I forgot what I put for my template. 80 megabytes, so 4 is fine. Then render it. Put this in our song. So here we go. BGA. Serious? There it is. There's our thing. Obviously, make it an actual image. This was just for a base, because well, this is actually mine. But yeah, now we have the actual thing, and you can see that there's nothing in there right now because well, we didn't actually make a step chart yet. We only put the info. So actually, let's just put something to make sure that it can actually identify it. See, if you go to the editor, it actually does see. It sees the banner. It sees the thing. This is what I was talking about with how it has templates. But let's just click edit. Let's create a new one. Name this, I guess, my name for whoever the UCS creator. That's probably not how you're supposed to do it, but whatever. And yeah, let me just put a bunch of stuff. Boom. Save. Yeah, boom. Awesome. Now we finally can see. That's awesome. We see the step chart in the game. We have the video. We have the preview. We have the metadata. All of that ready. I just realized that says 169 BPM. I did forget to change that. Whoops. But yeah. No! Just reading the info on the left and right. The right has most like, I guess, like general information regarding the song, and the left gives more advice on like tools that you can use to edit. So for example, if we look at M through G, those are all like gimmicks. As a first song, I don't think you should really focus so heavily on them, but you can feel free to experiment. The spacebar is pretty much what's it called? You see that white line I placed? That basically means like if I had, what's it called? If I didn't have anything, no, it's pretty much like your playback marker. So if I had it like here, well, then I would obviously be closer to hearing the sample. I mean, the notes being hit here instead of if it was like here. If it's red, that means you're selecting that area, which means you can copy it and then paste it. But then again, I have no idea what else you can use it for. I'm pretty sure there's more to it. But yeah, the idea is that it could either be a timestamp placement or a selection beat. Or you can have nothing and then just play it. What else? P is very important because obviously, you play it. Make sure, by the way, when you play the song, make sure you press F8 so then it's autoplay. Yeah. most I could really say, it's kind of self-explanatory. I feel like the best way for me to describe it is you just have to experiment, read, and then just like check all the menus, and you'll see like, oh, this does that. Yeah, so I guess now that I mentioned, I feel like what you mostly need to start, I will try to make the song. I don't think I'm gonna finish it today because it's a 2-minute song and charting takes a while, but I'm gonna try at least map like a little bit, maybe to like the intro to a verse. But yeah, let's see. Oh crap, I hate that bug. Shift P basically means that you can just play the entire song without it like going back up, because it does that, which is actually kind of a useful tool. It could be slightly off sync, but I'm not gonna. This is just the beginner guide on how to start charting. Oh yeah, I guess I might as well explain this. Make sure you have a clear difficulty, like that you're aiming for. I mean, you don't have to do this like right away, but I think it's a good idea to kind of have an idea like what difficulty you want to make, so then you can keep some type of consistency or pattern recognition of your notes. If you had like a 6 or 7. I mean, S6 or 7, you would have like, you know, those 3 bursts. If you had something like S12, you'd have more streams, etc. and staircases. To change like what the rating for the chart is, you just click meter, and I feel like making more of a chill chart, maybe like a 10, but it's probably not going to be accurate at all. But yeah. I can't really give much advice. Just focus on listening to the music, hear instrumentals. Not really sure what else to say. Just experiment. I guess what else I could say is okay. I'd like to have a little gimmick. By the way, H and J are pretty much like what your effects are. Like very they're not unusual charting, and I probably shouldn't give this advice because most step charts don't have these. But I kind of want to have some type of uniqueness to represent the song. And most people would probably even tell me just not to include them, or at least as tell like a casual to use them. Oh god, there are 16th notes. This is not looking like an S8. I forgot to mention one last important step. So you want to make sure to go to song info, and you want to figure out where you want the song to preview. So typically what you see most songs doing is they put the preview right at the chorus or somewhere very memorable. So yeah, you want to change this to where I don't know if it's based on measures or seconds, but you basically want to move this number and experiment until you find something that you like. And yeah, that's pretty much how you can make your own UCS. This is probably not the best video, and there's probably a lot of flaws with it too, but hopefully this could just get you started and get you to make the stuff that you like. So yeah.